Waycross coverage of OHSAA Wrestling. Made possible by SWOCA, the Southwest Ohio Wrestling Coaches Association. Klein Residential. Jeff Burkhoff's Old Coaches Association. Dr. Stephen Daly of UC Health. Kent Smith of State Farm. Mark Floan, Cold Spring La Roses. And Steve Burke of Operation Giveback.
Hello and welcome to the 87th Annual Boys and 2nd Annual Girls Wrestling Tournament at the Schottenstein Center in Columbus. This is the state tournament run by the OHSAA Association, Ohio High School Athletic Association. I'm here with Luke Carraher and Kyle Grillo and spotter Rick Pearson. I am Jerry Tischler, and it's a pleasure to have you join us.
Jerry, thanks for that. We are really looking at an exciting tournament here where Graham, after hosting 22 season of victories as state champs, is being threatened by Buckeye. We have a surprising Mohler team for D1 who's kicked in at number 5 at the start of the Conso Wrestlebacks. And we have a possibly four-time women's state placer for the girls. It is exciting in all levels at all divisions.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us again, and we're going to be getting started here shortly. We should have a bout coming up, which will be the 106 Division I boys. Right now, though, we are wrapping up the Wrestle-off round. This was the round that determined who was going to go for 3rd, and who was going to go for 5th, and who was going to go for 7th. So we will be covering all of those matches moving forward, primarily focusing on those within the Southwest District area.
In that match, we're going to have Colin Broxman, I do believe, wrestling Ashland, a gentleman by the name of Bauer. Is that correct?
Right, so we'll have 2 106-pound bouts coming up, and we're going to be covering whichever one kicks off first here. But at 106, we have Broxman from Elder against Bauer from Ashland. They're going for 5th place. And also at 106, we have Cates from Coleraine and Green from Aurora. They will be going for 7th place.
All right, well that's neither of these, well I guess Green has placed 8th last year at 106 as well. So he's actually an 11th grader. So he's got a chance to get back up on the podium and a little higher up and maybe do some damage this year and next.
Yeah, this has been an exciting tournament, and it looks like
Mat 3's finishing up, or are they going into the third period?
Yeah, so this is a 3rd period here. We have Cincinnati Mohler, Archbishop Mohler here. We have Lucas Sternberg, a junior, 2-time state placer now here, battling to see if he's going to be going for 3rd and 4th or 5th and 6th. This is the Consolation semifinal match.
Now Mohler needs these points to maintain top 10 status as we get going further into these rounds. It's going to be tougher and tougher to keep your spot without people in the finals. Mohler has, I believe, 2 in the finals.
They do, yes. They have London Murphy, and they also have Will Atkins.
So it is an interesting race because I know during the season, LaSalle, GCL South competitor with Mohler, was ranked 5th in the state. And here today we have Mohler currently sitting in 5th. And
well, I have a correction, Jerry. I'm just checking the scores here, and they do have those updated. So where we stand right at the moment, we have your top 10, Springboro here at 36.5 points. You have Wadsworth, and then Mohler and LaSalle are currently tied with 58 points for 7th. So.
Okay, so Wadsworth made some, had to have won at least 2 matches to collect some points to catch Mohler. So it's going to be a battle all the way down through the finals.
It is. It looks like on mat 4, we've kicked off the Broxterman match.
Match 4, bout number 461.
Actually, I take that back.
That's Westlake and Olentangy.
Thank you.
That's outside of our district.
Thank you. These matches come at us rapid fire, so it's going to be tough to follow along. And we don't have a screen here, unfortunately, today. Maybe later on it'll come on, but right now, so we're working blind with the truck, doing a good job up there. But they're listening to us as we throw to one match to the next. The tournament's the layout of the tournament. The girls have one division. As girls become more and more popular, they'll branch into Division 1s, 2s, and 3s. But right now it is a universal bracket, all comers. And the deeper we get into the girls, the more wrestling. This is second annual. They've had multiple girls tournaments. Girls wrestling, your opinions?
Well, we got to see it last year. It was pretty exciting. We heard, a lot of screams, a lot of yelling last year. I think the crowd noise was up last year, especially. This year, I'm starting to see the gap starting to narrow. Last year I saw a lot of lopsided victories at some points, a lot of pins. But now I'm starting to see that talent, kind of close that gap, and we're seeing some more depth to it.
Over here on mat 3, we're going into overtime with Mohler. And who are they wrestling? Was that Shawnee?
That's Wadsworth.
Aaron Reese, senior from Wadsworth. So again, these guys are battling, and this is the Consolation semifinal. So winner of this, it moves on, and we'll be wrestling for 3rd and 4th, and the loser will be going for 5th and 6th. So these boys got another match here that'll come up rather quickly here this morning.
They have a 30-minute mandatory break. Overtime, if you're not familiar with overtime, they wrestle 3 periods straight through, and then overtime immediately is sudden victory with a 1-minute limit there. At that point, they go into a different process, a process of...
takedown for Reese.
Perfect. That's going to end the match. The Mohler coach wants a little explanation as to the criteria for the takedown. Maybe he thinks the legs were out.
Well, Sternberg there went with a try to throw attempt. Looked like slipped, kind of lost his balance, and Reese was able to cover and get the 2. But I don't know, is Jermaine, the coach from Mohler, arguing that time was out?
No, there was 30 seconds left. It looks on the clock. I think he was, and the officials doing the right thing, talking about whether the feet were in or out, and he's going to keep. The officials have conferred that his legs did land in, and that was a good 2.
Yeah, so Sternberg will be wrestling for 5th and 6th here.
So it looks like coming up now at 106, about 4:53, we're going to have Cates from Coleraine. He will likely be in the red, and Green from Aurora will likely be in the green. They're going for 7th place.
That's right. This Coleraine team, though, has been very exciting, very,
They're definitely up and coming. Speaking to their coach earlier today, he thinks good things are coming in. They got a few freshmen coming in next year, or this coming year, rising freshmen, I should say. He says all good things are coming up in their direction.
Yeah, DeMarco Cates, he's a sophomore, so they're young. They have young talent, and we'll also see a few others that are underclassmen.
Well, here we go.
Wrestlers shake hands, and they come out. The official placement round has started at the OHSAA State Wrestling Tournament. And right now, it's Aurora in the green and Coleraine Cates in the red. And both wrestlers trying to feel each other out. Cates in on a shot. High crotch. He's going to try to come across and finish that.
You see the Aurora kid clamping onto that ankle, and Cates is working towards his ankle. This is a very common technique, style to try and either draw a stalemate or to and get back to your feet, or to cover the hips and get your 2 points, as Coleraine is working on.
Right, Cates trying to desperately connect and loop the hook, the heel, and potentially dangerous is called. So wrestlers are going to restart whenever there's undue force against a joint. Typically, potentially dangerous is called before it actually becomes illegal. I'm sure Kyle, you can add a little bit of color to that, being an official yourself.
Yeah, they want to make sure the athletes are safe and out of harm's way, even if it's which is a good call at any time. Coaches don't always like it, but sometimes you need to stop the action for the safety of the athlete. Everyone understands it, they just don't like it.
Right now it's the end of the first period, getting ready to start the second period. So in these placement bouts, everything but the finals, the first period is only 1 minute. So it's 1 minute first period, 2 minutes second period, 2 minutes third period. Whereas in the finals for first and second, it is 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So a little bit shorter match.
A little shorter match for the Consolations. I think that's to expedite the tournament a little more quickly. Get things done in 3 days, not 4.
So Green getting the escape, and right now...
A little potentially dangerous there. You see that knee coming against the joint. Not purposeful.
Not purposeful, that we think.
Yeah, we'd hope not. We would hope it's not purposeful. Sometimes it is. It's a tough sport.
Yeah. It's all a part of it. So both wrestlers kind of facing off right now. Again, working to get the takedown, trying to feel each other out in terms of, where they might be able to get a shot in and finish that shot. Looks like maybe Coleraine might be trying to work for a drag, but right here we got a high crouch hit by the Aurora wrestler and fought off very well by Cates of Coleraine.
Coleraine comes back to the center first, ready to go. They've got kind of an interesting technique. The lower weights seem to kind of look at each other just like they are now and get down on the mat low, and the higher in the weight class you get, the more contact and physicality you get with the boys in the mid to upper weights.
Yeah, I would say you definitely see a lot more of the going down on the mat, going down on one knee. That seems to be a trend now in high school wrestling, at least like you said in the lower to mid weights. You don't see a lot of that, I would say at the college level. Lou, back in your day, college, did you?
College, yeah. Well, I don't have a whole lot of experience to speak of in my college days. I just did a little bit of club wrestling.
At the bars and things when you were young.
Yeah, I like to get down to a three-point stance.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
I think that takes your opponent out of their comfort zone. They got to come down and meet you.
Yeah, so Cates right now looking to try to secure that takedown.
No takedown yet. He's got to get him to the mat, Jerry. So Aurora needs to put one hand down. There's a hand down, but it was a reaction time. There's two.
There it is.
So the athlete is allowed to put his hand down briefly, but not to catch himself, just for balance.
So he gets the takedown, secures the takedown, and there's about 8 seconds left, so he's going to try to ride out his opponent to secure the 2-1 lead going into the third period.
Yeah, it's nice having Kyle here. He's like our Gene Steratore.
I don't know that guy.
Our rules analyst.
Oh, yeah.
If you watch the NFL on Fox, he's usually popping in there and breaking down the rules. Last week Don and I were having some trouble at certain points, and it would have been nice to have you there. District finals.
Well.
Yes, we're very lucky to have you, Kyle. Thanks for joining us.
I feel lucky. Thanks, guys. Just happy to be here, right?
All right, start of the third period.
They told me I got a free hot dog.
Nice.
If I would show up.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I ate that.
Aurora on top. He's working a little, working to the head a little bit.
Right now, not a whole lot of activity going on other than some riding. But honestly, the Aurora wrestler on top, he's down by a point, so he's going to have to work hard to try to turn the Coleraine wrestler, or decide at some point to kick him out and try to get a takedown to at least to take a lead. So right now,
Aurora brings him back to the mat, trying a little leg tilt with a little knee elevation there. Coleraine is kind of hanging on the bottom a little bit, but it's sometimes difficult to build your base when the top wrestler's got one of your extremities.
Yeah, he's got that leg pretty much locked above the knee, kind of really making it difficult for Cates of Coleraine to build a base and try to work his way out.
You'd be surprised if the official maybe either stops it for a stalemate or looks for some stalling coming up. There's not a whole lot of action. Nobody's leaving hips. Nobody's raising up.
So would you call
there
stalling? There we go. All right. I was going to just ask if you would call stalling.
I would call stalling in that situation.
That's the warning.
Yeah, he gets a warning, and then he starts getting working through the penalty chart.
Yeah, Green's going to have to make a decision here, though, with the clock winding down. He's going to have to either cut him or just continue to ride and see if he can get a second stall call and get a point awarded.
Yeah, there's only 18 seconds left. I mean, it doesn't look like he's even coming close to turning him.
Agreed. With 18 seconds left, and you're fighting for your for the spot on the podium, in his head, I'm sure, is I didn't get the first takedown.
And they're going to continue to ride, so they're just going to ride him out and hope that he gets a stall call and ties it up with a point.
You know what? I wouldn't have
chanced it.
I tell you, the co-ring guy is still stalling.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's tough to call it, especially under 5 seconds. It's tough to call it because if you call stalling under 5 seconds, you really have disadvantaged the wrestler. He has no opportunity to either get out in 5 seconds. You know, maybe 10 seconds, sure. There's an opportunity to rescore or change the score of the match.
Yeah, I'm surprised with that strategy to just continue to ride there.
Yeah, that was surprising. I thought he was going to come out. And Roca, Payne Riverside. So this is the 120-pound weight class, 120. So we're jumping to the 120-pound weight class. So right now, both wrestlers kind of facing off here. Again, both going down in the low stance. A shot by Roca, defended by Kostoff, Coleraine.
Yeah, so these two young men, battled here in the first round of the tournament. Actually, opened up. Kostoff was victorious, 11-4 in that bout, and they both battled back through the tournament. And here they are, wrestling for 7th and 8th.
You know, when you lose those matches early on, it makes for a long tournament. A lot of stamina. You gotta really have good conditioning to wrestle all those matches, to wrestle back. It's both mentally and physically draining. These kids wrestling each other now for the second time in 3 days.
So right now, we got the takedown by Kostoff of Coleraine. Gets behind, secures, throws in what we call throwing in a boot, or throws in a leg, crossbody, short legs. So Kostoff is, as we said, his second match of the tournament against Roca, and having been victorious on the first. Right now, he's got a 2-0 lead as the first period runs out. Toss of the coin. Green of Aurora defers, and Kostoff chooses down to start the second period.
What's that?
Again, this is for the seventh place position on the podium. Obviously, a loser going to the 8th position. Kostoff hitting a stand-up, and he gets away.
No, man, it's up.
He's now winning 3-zip. Again, both wrestlers kind of feeling each other out, down.
A little head slap
position.
there, yeah. They're both in the low position. They both look pretty comfortable there.
It's a nice shot, actually, by Roca.
And
Gets in on the
dropped
leg.
that, yeah, and he's dropped that down. A little dump action there he's trying on. Heading out of bounds.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't warn Kostoff for stalling, or maybe potentially fleeing the mat. What do you think?
Well, I think the official probably had a decision to make. Did the athlete have an opportunity to go any other direction? Was there an opportunity to go into the mat, right or left? And he must have determined that wrestling took him right out of the match.
Kostoff securing the next takedown here, so he's now got a nice lead, 5-zip in the second period with a minute left.
Really a dominant first and second takedown, and he's shown his ability to ride. He's in good control here.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the rankings, and these guys are a couple of bracket busters. Roca was ranked 25th by Borough fans' projections, and Kostoff was ranked 33rd. So these guys weren't even projected to get here, and now they're getting on the podium.
It's these wrestling matches. Once you get here, it's hard enough to get here. But anything happens in the last 5 seconds of all these matches. It's just the semifinals were crazy that way. People wrestling, you got to wrestle the entire match. I can't tell you how many semis rolled the last 10 seconds determined it.
That's right. Kostoff's had an impressive postseason as well. Being a district champ as a freshman, and then here placing. He's just had putting together some very good weekends here late in the season.
So right now we have Kostoff ahead, 5-1. About 14 seconds remaining in the second period over Roca from Payne Riverside. Again, this is coverage for the 7th and 8th position on the podium. And that's the end. It is Payne's choice. I'm sorry, Roca's choice from Payne Riverside. He chooses down to start the third period.
No. Over on mat 1, we've got the Lebanon match 498. I don't want to split over there just yet, but 498, one of the women wrestling for us. Lebanon has a very strong girls team. We're going to get their names here.
Yeah, that's Natalie Carlisle of Lebanon, a sophomore.
A sophomore. I don't know what her record is coming in, but I spent a little time in the Lebanon room, and she's a hard worker, this girl.
So right now, Kosoff of Coleraine in a pretty much commanding position. He's riding well on top. He's got a 5-1 lead over Roca of Payne Riverside.
It'd be nice if we had a split screen with 498 and 468. I'll pitch in a little on the woman's side if that's all right with you, Jerry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lebanon with a front headlock, staying in the center, wrestling hard. Now that's not a takedown. Red's got to take her down to the mat. She's got to put at least one hand down to stop her from falling, and there we go. That's 2. I didn't get their names, I apologize.
It was Carlisle and Jeffers.
Her name's Carlisle?
Natalie
Jeffers.
Carlisle,
Yep.
yes, that's right.
So actually right now on
Kosoff's
mat
in
3,
trouble.
on mat 3 we have an interesting turn of events here. Roca has now secured a reversal. He's only down 5-3 to Kosoff of Coleraine, and he just decided to kick out Kosoff.
With 20 seconds left, I think that might be one of his only plays here. He's not going to turn him. Hasn't yet.
Absolutely. Obviously hoping to get a takedown and try to take Kosoff to his back directly, but looks like that is not going to happen.
Back over here on mat 1, Carlisle is taken down in referee's position for the start of the second period.
Titan Kosoff there is your winner for 7th place.
On mat 1, Carlisle comes up, comes to her feet, tries to break the grip of the hands, back to the mat. And again, pops up to her base. He's doing a good job. Controlling the hands, avoiding the cradle. So you can see Carlisle's head's down. She's being forced down by her opponent. Gets that arm out in a little wizard fashion. All she needs to do is pop that head out. She's got control. She's covered the hips, but because she has not let go of her head, that should be loss of control. Not, you know what, on second thought, maybe not. She did have the arm there. So she had like a front headlock, although Carlisle was all the way around and covering the hips. She did not have full control. Good call by the official. Girls wrestling has just spurred the sport of wrestling.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting, change of style.
Breaks out for 1.
Does a nice Granby.
Oh, it's a little hip toss. We got a headlock.
Little headlock. There's defensive.
There's trouble right there.
There's trouble.
Trouble
That's a
right
5-pointer. She's
Yeah, this
going to
might
be.
be it. That's it.
Yep.
Particularly in such a young sport for the girls, those types of quick reversal pins, they happen, I don't want to say frequently, but more often than you see in the, I don't even call it more developed, but just older sport. As these girls become better and better through the years, you're going to see less and less of this quick turnaround in these final rounds.
Yeah, and you talk about development of the sport. So it's interesting, during this tournament, we actually have Chloe Deerwester, who is going to be going for her 4th state title. She would be effectively the first 4-time girls division state champion.
Yes, 4 times. Now only 2 have been within the here in St. John's, but they do have girls state. She was one of the inaugural state champions. And Chloe's she's on her way to South Carolina Presbyterian. She's going to go down there, she said, majoring education. But she's definitely a leader of the sport. You'll see She's got those pink headgears, so you can easily find her. She's all about wrestling.
Waycross coverage of OHSAA Wrestling. Made possible by SWOCA, the Southwest Ohio Wrestling Coaches Association. Klein Residential. Jeff Burkhoff's Old Coaches Association. Dr. Stephen Daly of UC Health. Kent Smith of State Farm. Mark Floan, Cold Spring La Roses. And Steve Burke of Operation Give Back.
Yeah, and she's actually very active in anti-bullying in her school. She's going to be a scholarship recipient. I'm actually going to be awarding it on Tuesday, the Paul Branco Memorial Perseverance Scholarship. Paul Branco was an official for about over 40 years here in Southwest Ohio, and numerous applicants applied for the scholarship, and Chloe is one of 2 recipients of that scholarship. So, again, looking forward to watch her wrestle in the finals.
The Paul Branco Scholarship is from a longtime official. I think he had 35, 40 years in probably, who passed away just a couple of years ago. Family wanted to commemorate the sport, so that's a nice thing. Male and female recipients will be awarded a couple $1,000.
Yep. So right now,
which match? We're going to jump over to mat 4 or 514 on mat 1, and we're going to see who do we got over there.
We have Gresham from Lakota East,
Cameron
and against Nye from Urbana, and they're going for 7th place. Lakota East in the black singlet, the red anklet band, and she currently secured the takedown. Gresham did from Lakota East, and is locking up a cradle, and she's going straight for the pin. She's not pulling any punches here. About 30 seconds left in the first period.
Gives up on the cradle, just now maintains control. Working the arm bars now.
Correction,
big step to the head.
Correction, this is Graziani, Bella Graziana from Tenora.
Thank you.
Gresham she had a very impressive semifinal match. She made it to the semis, lost to a returning 2-time state champ, McKenna Kraft, who was undefeated, but lost 2-1. She actually had a takedown late as well, but they waved it off.
Well, she gets the fall, and she gets the victory.
Well, then I'd say that's not a takedown.
Game over.
No, this was, yeah.
If they waved it off, it wasn't a takedown.
Yeah, well, their coaches argued.
Was that the match where the clock expired exactly at the same time?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that match, and they spoke about it for a while. I don't know, I've not seen any video of it, so I can't speak to it one way or the other, but I did see both officials confer that time was up.
But she's only a freshman, and she was right there with the junior 2-time state champ, possibly 3-time state champ if she can do it later tonight.
Well, I'm sure I will see her, or you'll see her, we'll see her through the next few years. Vandalia Butler over on mat 6 in a 0-0 tie, match 4-9-5 on mat 6, Division 2. Butler on top, and no points scored, but he's trying to get some back points with that little cheap tilt he's working there.
He's got the arm. He's trying to score some cheap points here to try to secure at least a lead going into the third period.
Now we call them cheap. They're good points. It's it's not a cheap move at all. It's just that's kind of the nickname for it, I suppose. That little rolling tilt.
Yeah, I think it probably is characterized that way because typically you don't see a lot of pins, from a tilt, although it does happen.
Yep.
It actually allows the person on bottom a little bit more leadway to fight off his back, and hence scoring some cheap points, some quick points.
Keeps them in criteria though, which is what you need. Stalling on the bottom man, so the referee determined the bottom man's not working up. Butler has one of his legs tied up pretty good. He's working a forced half.
He's getting that power half.
Yeah, that forced half to turn. He's going to need to let go of that back leg and come out to the side and work the head. Stalemate brings them back to their feet. Still 0-0 with 21 seconds left in the second period. Vandalia Butler is Division II this year. The girls are Division I, a little lower. They're going to reevaluate it at the end of the year, but these enrollments a little down for the boys.
Yeah, I heard that. They actually moved down, and then I'm trying to remember who moved up. Ross. Hamilton Ross actually moved up to Division I in wrestling.
On mat 4, we also have wrestling for Lakota. 485 is the mat number. It's 2-1 over there. It's the second period with just the start of the second period. Looks like that's Lakota on top. We'll get some names here in just a second.
Oh, so 485, that's Allen of Lakota West and Cho from Dublin Jerome.
Okay.
I'm a little partial to that high school, Dublin Jerome, being my name. Jerome.
Jerome? Well, I got bad news for you. He's behind.
We were at the Jerome Schottenstein Center here at Ohio State. So
1 point earned for an escape. 2-2 with 1 minute, 16 seconds left to go in the second period. Miami East, LaSalle,
Lakota West.
Lakota West. 4 and 6. I tell you what, I'll focus on 4. Jerry, why don't you jump on 6 for the play-by-play, just so we can keep the people going.
Sure, absolutely. So on mat 6,
Lakota trying to work, he's working that front headlock, trying to get behind. What do you see, Jerry?
And he gets the takedown.
On mat 4?
So on mat 4,
it's 2-2. No takedown yet. They're both on their feet, still neutral. Referee's watching that knee pretty carefully. There's potentially dangerous. So with 30 seconds left in the second period, Lakota is still riding on top.
and then over on mat 6, right now we have a 2-1, looks like a 2-1 lead. I am trying to look at which about 495 is.
Allen working hard on that head over on mat 4. He's working hard on his head. His opponent backing up a little bit. Up, and there's a stalling call for backing up. You got to stay in that 10-foot circle in the middle. That's where you're defined to wrestle.
Right. I would say we should just cover mat 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
no problem.
absolutely.
Sure. Sounds good. Lakota's choice, and Allen's gonna take down. Two to two. You'd think Allen would get out here pretty quickly.
This is third period. He's working his way up, stand up, trying to get out, and he gets out.
That good hand control. That'll get you out every time. Gazzoni out. Now it's 3-2. He's backing up again. He might get hit again for stalling.
So
he doesn't. However, he is butt center, so.
Looks like he's trying to throw, do a hip toss, which that was an attempt there, but he's got to be careful. His head's awful low.
Little whizzer bucked in there to keep points from being stalled. He's working for a Merkel. No Merkel and headlock, keeping Allen from coming around.
And he's working that front headlock, trying to get back behind and get the takedown.
He's got chin control. He's got his head in the hole there. He's almost there, but not enough. There's two.
Not quite.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, there we go. There's two.
We go. So it's a 1-point match. Lakota with a little work to do with 1 minute to go in the third period.
Yeah, right now he's down 4-3. And we are in the third period, and this is for the 7th place finish at the 150-pound weight class.
We saw Butler finish up on mat 6, 4-1. Butler in the losing bracket.
We're about to have a pair of siblings, LaSalle,
Oh, that'd be super good. That's fun.
So right now, looks like Allen is trying to work a turn, and it looks like he's going to get a 2-point near fall.
With a 2-point reversal, was he not on top?
He got a reversal, and then he just got a 2-point near fall coming off that.
With 11 seconds, I think there's nothing to. He's got it under control. I think he's going to walk off here with his hand in the air. Sometime through this tournament, we've got some siblings wrestling. We got a girl coming up on mat 2. Leon Willen from Harrison coming up on mat 2. And then over on bout number 493, we've got Jack Willen, their brother and sister for LaSalle. So we've got a 10th grader and 11th, a sophomore. Or I'm sorry, he's a 12th. Jack is 12th grader. He's a senior.
That's interesting. You know, it makes you wonder if they used to wrestle a lot at home, you know, while growing up.
Yeah. So Jack is out there first for in the red and the black. LaSalle, a dominant team in Cincinnati for years now. They just keep reloading year after year. Even when they're down, they seem to produce a good team that gets in the top 10.
Yeah, they have a really strong program this year, qualifying 5 wrestlers to the state tournament, and I believe they're all going to place.
That speaks highly to the coaching and to the dedication of the athletes who put all that time in. I imagine that room's a bear to work in.
So again on mat 4, Jack Willen of LaSalle currently trying to secure the takedown. It's all knotted up, 0-0. 20 seconds left in the first period.
And over on to his sisters, checking in at the table for Harrison.
So we're going to try to do a split screen of mat 2 and mat 4. And
we can bounce back and forth.
Yeah, we'll bounce back and forth.
Harrison, Willen for Harrison over on 2. I'll just call her Harrison. That way we don't get him confused with the names Willen. Coming out. She's had a good year this year. Won a couple of big tournaments.
Meanwhile, her brother, Jack, on mat 4 from LaSalle, currently riding, and he gives up the escape, so he's now down 1-0, and he's going to look to secure the takedown here.
Willen from Harrison, she works a lot with Chloe in their same circle. They wrestle a lot together, so right in that weight class, there's a cluster of girls. She's one of them. 105, the 10, and of course the 100-pounder. They're all tight together. They all wrestle in the same groups, making each other and improving each other.
So Jack got in on a shot and was able to secure the takedown. Right now he's got a 2-1 lead with about 1:15 left in the second period. Go out of bounds.
Leah on mat 2, staying in the center. Both wrestlers finishing the first period on their feet, so no score, 0-0. It's going to be a good battle. The Harrison program last year, I believe they were state champions last year.
I believe the last 2 years, actually.
In Division I, so they're off and running for the certified state championships. They're 2-0, and they're in second place coming into this the Consi rounds this morning.
So LaSalle giving up the escape to tie it up 2-2. With about a minute left in the second period. Jack Willen of LaSalle already secured 1 takedown, so I think he feels pretty confident he can get another takedown here. But he's definitely
Jack's working his way out. Yeah.
Keeping hold of that leg to prevent being taken down.
Over here on mat 2 is his sister, Leah, trying to work her way up to the top, working a little Gazzoni to get out. Being tied up with an armbar, though.
No Gazzoni, you don't hear that one much anymore.
Jerry, I'm old school, buddy.
Same. That's why I remembered it.
Yeah. Leah on her feet now, establishing 1-point lead with a minute to go in the second period.
And her brother, Jack, in on a shot. It's all knotted up at 2s.
Both crazy competitive, with mat 4 being 2-2 and 0-1. This tournament is full of quality athletes. Anything can happen. They need to wrestle the entire tournament, the entire match. So often you see people on the edge slow down and boom, they get taken down.
Yeah, that's when bad things happen, right?
Yeah.
Or good things, depending on your point of view.
Correct. You need to. The guy who wrestles to the end usually happier. Leah trying to do a little high leg over there. Comes around, gets her 2. She's now up 3-0 on mat 2.
Starting the third period with her brother Jack on mat 4. He's down, so he's going to try to get up and out so that he can take a 3-2 lead, but right now it's not up in 2s.
You know, I think Jack's comfortable underneath, and I think he's in no hurry to get out, but I think you'll see him pick it up as we get deeper into the third period.
Right, so you can actually play the clock a little bit, and right now
can't play it that much.
No, you can't. Although
that's on top. That's a top stalling call for not leaving the hips. Now you might ask why is it not on the bottom man? The bottom man didn't raise his head up, but if the top man doesn't raise his head with all that weight on, I mean, it's probably because the bottom man's got all his weight sitting squarely on top of him.
So Jack actually gets the escape. He was led up, and we're going to try to go takedowns here because Jack's up 3-2.
Oh, and Leah goes for a 5-pointer from her feet. She hits a little lateral throw. She gets her 2, and the ref is signaling the points.
I think it looks like she's going to pin her.
I think this might be the end of it. She's got that in deep.
She's still.
There's a long period. It's a long time to stay on your back for a minute.
Well, if she gets this pin, she can watch the last minute of her brother's match.
There it is. She dialed it in, capping off a fine season.
Oh, Jack right now securing the takedown. Puts him up.
I'm not even sure what that was.
5-2.
That was a nice little
that was just
over the top, yeah.
It's kind of like I'm going to grab your head because it's hanging here and pull you under.
Athletic, just athleticism. All right, we're going to move over to mat 3, about 500. We're going to pull that name up real quick. Both wrestlers still on their feet, obviously.
So still on mat 4, we have about 44 seconds left. Jack Willen of LaSalle on top, 5-2. On mat 3, we actually have Lebanon wrestler.
Is that Lebanon?
Going against a Perry wrestler, so that should be a good bout also. Yes, that's Lebanon wrestler.
All right. I'm pulling them up right now.
How's that? Is that working? All right.
Still working out some of the bugs. There's arguing for 2 from the corner, and there you go. I'm not sure why it's not 2.
Right.
Oh, he had his leg underneath there. I did not see that. So there's some official conference going on there.
Getting back to Jack Willen's match on mat 4. He's up 5-2 with 20 seconds left. Looks like he's going to try to ride out his opponent and secure the victory. About 10 seconds left. He cuts him, he lets him go. Now he just can't allow a takedown.
With 7 seconds, I believe he's got a stall call to give, which he's given right there, and the game's over.
So we'll focus now just on mat 3.
Lebanon's on top.
Back to 3.
But is down in the start of the second period, 0-2.
Lebanon with a nice pullback ride. He's not going to give up the escape. And he just did. No sooner do I say he's not going to give it up.
Once they get to their feet, you've got an opportunity to release them or take them back to the mat. But after a few seconds on your feet without an attempt to return, now I emphasize the word attempt, most guys just kick them out.
Right, yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Right now, Lebanon is kind of being controlled in the front headlock situation, but he's going to have to get the takedown. He is down 3-0. And I meant to go in the second period.
So Perrysburg coming around trying to hook the leg and the ankle there. He needs to get his leg around. There's 2. Leg around and get that arm free. So I believe that's Perry or Perrysburg. It's
either Perry or Maslon Perry.
Yeah, I think it's actually Maslon Perry. And now in the lead 5-0. 30 seconds left to go in the second period. Looks like Maslin Perry is determined to ride this out. Doesn't look like he's attacking. However, Lebanon's not working up to. There he goes. He's up to his feet now. He's just got a few seconds. There's an attempt to bring him down. That's all you need. With 11 seconds to go in the second period. Looks like we're in a stop with Lebanon down.
So it is Ali of Lebanon, and he's wrestling Horak of Maslin Perry. So it is Maslin Perry, and it's Ali of Lebanon.
Ali's choice. He's going to take the neutral.
This is for the 7th place position on the podium at the 175-pound weight class.
Ali up to his feet, both men neutral. He's going to need to work at least a couple of takedowns here, or some type of throw straight to the back. Maslin Perry defending well, blocking with the elbows, while Lebanon is working in.
Right, he's heavy on the head, as we call it, trying to pound the head and get some activities to maybe get a snap down, spin behind. But right now he's
Lebanon trying to lock. Yeah, Lebanon trying to lock around the stomach. Not always a great technique, but around the stomach. If Maslin Perry elevates the hips, he should have two. Get his head out.
Yeah, he's definitely in Lebanon definitely in a precarious position here. Out of bounds.
Little definition of the rule or explanation required by the coach. Coaches are allowed to fight for their athletes. That's all he's doing.
Maslin Perry, coach, obviously sporting a very fine mullet.
I don't have any hair, so I'm not sure.
I do that. Actually, that's probably my favorite mullet. We've seen quite a few at the tournament, and I actually like that one.
Here we are.
I was thinking the announcing staff, we all get mullets for next year.
Are you still using split screen?
Lebanon just got taken down, and there's 50 seconds left. He's losing 7-0 to the Maslin Perry wrestler. Gets the escape point. Both wrestlers are now neutral.
Oh, there's the mullet again. You guys highlighted that. That's stop it, guys. Again, like I said. Maslin Perry working the front headlock. Lebanon trying to finish up. They got 30 seconds to make something happen. Maslin Perry got the takedown, let him up. Looking for some extra points, possibly to put the team in a better position by scoring a major decision.
And he gets a takedown.
See if he lets him go here. So a major decision requiring 8 points or more to score a few extra team points.
It was a bit close on that takedown call. I mean, it was
quick.
Yeah,
it was quick.
It was quick.
Official, we're not out there. You can almost feel it while you're out there. So sometimes we see things the official's not feeling, and sometimes the official feels things that we're not seeing.
Some coaches would say sometimes the officials aren't seeing things that they're seeing.
That's correct. Most of the time. That's most of the time. But that's all right. These guys, it's a lot of work to get here, both from the athlete and the coach. A lot of dedication, a lot of time.
And there you have it.
They want to fight for their kids.
Maslin Perry victorious over Lebanon at the 175-pound weight class.
A great showing by Lebanon this year.
And that was for the 7th and 8th place position on the podium.
Over there on mat 4, we've got somewhat of a tight one. It's second period, 1-3. We'll kind of spin over there while we wait for the next Cincinnati area kid to come up. Is that Miamisburg? Is that Miamisburg on 508? Who is this?
It's a little confusing, if you sense our confusion.
Yeah.
In terms of how they're running the tournament this year. They're wrestling for 3 different placement positions. They're wrestling for 3rd, 5th, and 7th at each weight class in each division, but there are only 2 mats per division. There's Division 1, the big school division, Division 2, Division 3 for the boys, and then there's the girls division, which is the open division.
Over on mat 4, Green takes an optional start, lets his opponent up. Scores now 2-3. Obviously, he feels he can take him down like he did in the first period. Sometimes that works, sometimes it's not such a good play. That might be Wasion over there on mat 4 in the maroon white that we're looking at. Both wrestlers just kind of feeling each other out, not creating any angles to get in. Got it. Mat 3, apparently Elder's coming up.
So I'm going to assume they're jumping around weight classes based on when the wrestler last wrestled, so that he had the adequate time between his
they're required to get 30 seconds or 30 minutes of rest before they move on and are eligible. That's a new rule this year. It used to be 45. So this is probably fit in from the first round.
The other interesting change is you used to be able to max out at 5 matches per day. Now it's 6 matches per day.
So is that Broxman?
That is Broxman, yes. From Elder, 106. And he's wrestling Bauer of Ashland. This is for the 5th place position on the podium.
Elder has had some good wrestling. Won most of the ones they're supposed to win this year, or this tournament.
So Elder in the green anklet and black and white singlet. Actually,
red shoes, opposite the red shoes.
Opposite red shoes.
Brockman with a little feigned attempt there as a single leg. And a nice pick. No points yet, though. No points. Brockman able to pull around. Nope, there's 2.
There it
and
is.
To his back for some back
got
points.
Back points. Yep. Wow.
That was quick. As we talked about, you got to wrestle the whole 2 minutes, the whole 1 minute, or until the referee blows the whistle. 4 points in the last 5 seconds.
So Lou, are either of these 2 wrestlers state placers?
Lou's offline right now. He's spotting for us, actually. He's making sure the truck's with us.
Okay, Broxman right now is down 4-0. This is for the 5th place spot on the podium at the 106-pound weight class. Broxman of Elder. And right now, he looks like he just got taken down again. So he is currently down 6-0 to Bauer of Ashland.
In the second period with 1 minute 31 left to go. If we're still on mat 4, we're working 5 to 7 to take down a win it with just 15 seconds left in the period. You can see Green backing up and trying to use the techniques to keep the thing rolling to burn that clock. I expect we're going to see a 10-second throw here or something drastic, quick shot. A couple quick shots, maybe a stall call to come, but that's not going to be enough. And there's that throw attempt. And in the end of when you make desperate moves, you get put in desperate places, and that's what happened there on mat 4.
Back on mat 3, Broxman of Elder is currently down 6-0 of 44 seconds left in the second period.
Coming up on mat 4, we got Miamisburg, and his opponent will be, we're going to dig it out here.
Mat 3. Do you want Tony? You want mat 3 and 4 to Miamisburg? It's a Miamisburg heavyweight.
Looks like Bauer of Ashland is just really doing a good job riding Broxman of Elder. On top, he's just kind of doing almost a hip ride. I would be surprised if he doesn't get hit for stalling, and he just got hit for stalling.
Over on mat 4, 0-0. We got the heavyweights working. That's Miamisburg and is that Romania?
Again on mat 3,
Austin dive from Midview. So Miami's. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Down 6-0. And the end of the second period. So they're going to start third period.
30 seconds left on mat 4. Allen and Dye. Miamisburg is, Allen with Conte. Heavyweights wrestle a little differently. We talked about how the lower weights, a lot of wrapping, and they get down on their hands and face each other. Heavyweights a little different. They do a lot of head popping and weight shucking, and that's kind of a shot for them. Miamisburg's get taken down there by Midview.
Broxman choosing top over on mat 3 to start the third period. He's in position. He's down 6 points. He needs a turn and needs to get a pin, quite frankly. So that's why he chose top. So he does not want to give up this escape here. And he doesn't so successfully, at least at the moment, did not give that up. And they should go out of bounds. They go out of bounds. So Broxman is going to have to maintain control on top, and he's going to have to turn here if he's got a chance to hopefully win this match.
Miamisburg on top, 2-0, lets up his opponent, making it 2-1 at the midsection of the second period. So often heavyweights roll into a 3-4 win or 1-2 win, all happening in the last seconds of the match. Little snag single attempt.
And back on mat 3 with about a minute left. Broxman still maintaining control on top, but he's got to get a turn, and he's got to get that turn soon. But right now he's in danger of being reversed.
Back over on 4. These heavyweights, you talk about the lower weights who square off and don't make contact. These guys have danced around that middle section there for about 30 seconds without a contact, but now they've locked up in a pummeling type position. Miamisburg applying a little pressure to the head, trying to get his head to the mat so he can take a little spin around. Another snag single like he used the first takedown.
Broxman trying to hang on to the ankle as his opponent Bauer from Ashland tries to get away. But again, there's about 25 seconds left in the bout. He's going to have to do more than just ride on top. He's down 6 points. Stalemate being called.
Back over on 4 where little dancing bears going on. Just a lot of heavyweight pushing and shoving. Neither man willing to make a mistake or wanting to. With just a few seconds left in the second period, it's 2-1.
Broxman trying desperately to hopefully set up a cradle, but it does not happen. He gets reversed. Now he's losing 8-0 with about 3 seconds left in the bout. So it looks like at least on mat 3, Broxman of Elder finishes 6th. Bauer of Ashland finishes 5th on the podium at 106.
Mat 4, now it's 3-1. The Reds in control. Again, both wrestlers kind of feeling each other out on their feet. Staying in the 10-foot circle, though, which is good. Tough to call stalling if they're staying in the circle, no matter the pressure that's applied. Little shuck throw by attempt, unsuccessful. A lot of time being burnt up here, not a lot of action though.
Definitely not a lot of action here.
Yeah, it's a heavyweight match. Sometimes they slow down. Again, I think you'll see the semis full of action. Non-stop head pumping and non-stop shots. Even in the finals in all weights, I think you'll see a lot of conservative wrestling this afternoon in the finals tonight.
Yeah, you see a lot of, converting from wrestling to win to wrestling not to lose, right?
Correct. Which I don't know is the right way to go. It's more of a chess match, yeah. Over on 4, we're playing checkers, though, with the front headlock. And a 2-point go-around, a little shuck by. 5-1 Red now.
About 25 seconds left in that match.
Still in control. He needs to take him to the mat. He's going to get called for stalling, and there's the stalling call. And now he lets him up. It seems silly that he would hold him for 5 seconds, get the warning, and then let him go.
Looks like he's going to try to stay out of trouble here for the last 5 seconds.
Yeah, he could give up a stolen point here. And
Yep,
he did
there it is.
right there. But that's all right. Match is over. Season's over. Miamisburg walks away. His final match of his high school career, I believe. And his hand is raised. He's a champ. He's a winner. Over on mat 1, it's 4-3. I'm not sure who's wrestling over there, but it is a good match. With just a few seconds left.
Waycross coverage of OHSAA Wrestling. Made possible by SWOCA, the Southwest Ohio Wrestling Coaches Association. Klein Residential. Jeff Burkhoff's Old Coaches Association. Dr. Stephen Daly of UC Health. Kent Smith of State Farm. Mark Floan, Cold Spring La Roses. And Steve Burke of Operation Give Back.
Over on mat 2 match, we got Ross rolling up. We're gonna zoom over to mat 2, watch Ross, a Cincinnati staple. Ross is red. Again, about 5-5-5 on mat 2. They start off with 1 minute to go. These girls getting at it. A lot of head action there. Ross takes a good shot. Green backs out, backs away, turns herself in to avoid the stalling call. Both wrestlers head to the center. Oh, that's going to be a stall.
Do we know what weight class this is?
Match 5-5-5. Well, we can certainly check it out.
Let's open about 2.
Somewhere around here.
This is for 5th place at the 170-pound weight class, girls division.
Over there for Ross. Ross, 170 pound, first period over, 0-0. Flip of the coin. Ross has choice, and looks like she's going to take down.
Andre Garcia wrestling for Ross.
How did Garcia do last year? I'm not sure she came. I don't even know. She might be a freshman or sophomore.
She was a 7th place finisher at the 170-pound weight class last year. She is a junior.
Okay, so she's got another chance here. She's looking like, I think she's wrestling for 7th again, right?
She is.
So trying to repeat.
I'm sorry, she's actually wrestling for 5th place.
4th and 5th, okay. 4th, not 5th. No one wrestles for 5th.
Well, she is.
I guess 5th and 6th. 5th and 6th, I'm sorry. She's fighting off that front headlock, and looks like she's going to be stuck on her on the backside, trying to come up. Ross wrestler is down, heads down, trying to come up to all 4s so she can get a base built.
Never a good sign with the head on the mat.
No, it is
a lot more
not.
susceptible there to getting a half thrown in and getting stacked off.
Or stalling call. With your heads on the mat, the official knows there's not a whole lot of moves you can run with your head down. So they warn you for stalling and trying to get you moving around. Green in firm control here. However, the bout remains 0-0.
I was going to say, although there is no score yet, both wrestlers should be, attempting to either turn or escape. And that was an attempt right there to try to get up and out.
Oh, she's got a little shuck there with 30 seconds to go. Her opponent is a little far out front. Ross has the opportunity to come up to her feet and try and control those wrists like she is here. What about reaching back?
Looks like she's working her way out. She's got to be careful she doesn't get tossed here.
She's got to stay on the mat or else she's not going to get her earned points here. Stalling Green with no return, no score because she didn't get her head away. There was no break between the two athletes. So Ross did all that work, got to her feet, and regrettably didn't get out. We go into the third period, 0-0, Ross on top. I don't know, Jerry, I think this is going to come down to a takedown at the end here. I think we're going to see this escape.
Oh, there it is.
And now they're going to work, he calls stalling on Green for pushing him out, which is going to tie it up.
So that should tie it up, yeah. That was the second stall call, resulting in 1 point.
As one athlete's not allowed to back out, the inner athlete is required to let the athlete back in. You're not able to push him out.
Ross is in trouble now.
Yeah.
Nice takedown to a half. Now she's on her back, and
they go out of bounds, and only 2 points awarded. Wow. She's still in this.
Very fortunate there.
Yeah. So she about threw her out to begin with. I think it's fortunate the top girl got some back points there. Clearly some mat awareness going on.
Let's see if the wrestler from Ross can get up and out and try to get a quick takedown or take her opponent to her back also to try to...
You know, the only thing I see here is that the whole second period Ross was unable to get out, so I think she's got some work to do here.
She's going to have to get her hips clear and her head off the mat. Again, I'd mentioned head on the mat, you're susceptible to the half. Right now, she's trying to battle a half, and that half could wind up getting her turned to her back if she's not careful. Full Nelson, so that went from a legal half Nelson to an illegal full Nelson.
So now it's 3 point with 1 minute. Is it a minute and 3 to go? So really an escape and a takedown will do it here.
Yeah.
At least tie it up and
take it to overtime.
Yeah, let's push the match forward. Coming up on mat 3, we've got Anderson coming out.
So that'll be the 132-pound weight class. Morency of Anderson versus Sarbia from Whitmer. That is for the 5th place position on the podium at 132. Again, that's mat 3. As the match on mat 2 concludes, Ross losing 5-2. We now kicked over to mat 3. Again, Morency being taken down right there. Morency wearing the red anklet and being taken down by Sarbia from Whitmer, currently at the 132-pound weight class.
Whitmer locking up the top upper half of the body, trying to get a little tilt in there. We call it the cheap tilt there, good tilt. Again, the goal with the tilt is to score and then adjust once you've collected your points to a different pinning combination.
Morency came out on fire in this tournament. His first 2 matches, he was wrestling against state placers. Each wrestler had placed twice, and so he wound up being the underdog in both those matches and securing the win in both those matches. Obviously losing a match in the semifinals of Consolation to now be wrestling for 5th as opposed to 3rd.
So it says, with 5 seconds to go, we'll split it over, maybe split screen, put mat 4 up. We got Miamisburg working over there as well. Over on 4 we have Cochran from Miamisburg.
So to start the second period on mat 3, Morency of Anderson chooses down. Currently down by 2 points to Sarbia from Whitmer.
Cochran over on 4, trying to get out of that front headlock. Holds a stalemate, pushes him back to the center with 30 seconds to go.
Morency trying to get up and out. Unsuccessful at that attempt. Right back up to his feet. He's got to square off face to face, and he does to get the escape. He's now down by 1 point, score being 2-1.
Cochran again in that front headlock position. He did take a nice shot. It was a three-quarter shot, really, just to get us some reaction. I think his goal was to take a second shot quickly, but his opponent reacted in a blocking way.
Lawrence Anderson appears to be bleeding. Looks like his nose, the top part of his nose, blood time called by the referee.
Cochran takes down to start the second period on mat 4. Period's on its way. See if Cochran can get out. He's got to get his head off the mat and rise up to get a little hand control. And he's out. Now it's a 1-0. Cochran takes a quick shot and another to follow it up, keeping his opponent on the defensive. I get the impression Cochran is comfortable in this position with the underhook on him. He appears to run some throw-bys out of there.
Again, blood time called once again on mat 3 with Morency. He's got a cut on the outside of his nose. It just keeps, although they keep trying to stop it from bleeding, it just keeps bleeding.
Another stalemate for mat 4. These guys are getting tied up and it gets kind of sleepy. Cochran squats down to kind of measure up his opponent, take some of the steam away, maybe get away from that front headlock underhook that he's been in most of the match. With 1 minute to go in the second period, the wrestlers are both on their feet squaring off.
Back over to mat 3, Morency and Sarabia, both neutral position. Sarabia in on a nice shot, gets the takedown call, and he moves right to a near cradle. And blood time called again.
So anytime blood is called or seen on the mat, regardless of the situation, they stop it. It can be a pinning combination, it can be about to pin the guy, or it can be standing on their feet, walking back to the center of the mat. Anytime you see blood, it is stopped.
Now, there is a maximum of 5 minutes blood time, which is cumulative throughout the entire match. So
it is cumulative. I will tell you, I've had a few close ones, but I've never, ever seen a kid taken out for blood. I'm not saying it won't happen, but it's not going to happen here, I promise you that.
And this is usually what happens. They usually wind up just taping
Cochran and
the wrestler's nose.
Cochran scrambling to try and get out of bounds, and 2 points awarded, a takedown at the end of the clock. The second official agrees. We're going to remain 2-1 now with a last second takedown. Again, Jerry, they are not they're resting on the edge, all the action, last 5 seconds of the period.
Nice. So interesting looking at the, looks like we're almost creating a mummy here over with Morency on mat 3. Obviously taping the entire nose down because it will not stop bleeding, and he's going to have to breathe through his mouth.
You talk about a mummy, that looks like a poor man's mummy. He's only got one strap around him. Cochran lets him up. Now the score is 3-1. Third period, Cochran needs a takedown to tie it up and continue the match with 1:30 to go in the third period. Cochran takes another shot, takes a little arm drag there.
Back on mat 3, Morency in the down position, works his way to his feet, trying to get the escape. He's down 4-1 with a minute left in the second period, and he gets the escape. He's now down 4-2, so a takedown would tie it up.
Back over at 4, Cochran hung up in the same headlock underhook. They had 3 stalemates with this. This to me seems like a stalling situation. That's the 4th stalemate there. As an official, I'm telling them, you guys got to keep wrestling or I'm going to start penalizing.
Ooh, a little bit of oomph on that takedown attempt by Sarabia against Morency of Anderson. He lifted him up and kind of brought him down. It was not enough to warrant a slam, but he did bring him down with some force.
30 seconds to go, 1-3. Miamisburg down by 2. Cochran continues to take shots, trying to create an angle and get in on that leg. Create some sort of angle so he can compromise his opponent. 22 seconds left, though. He's got to get on his horse.
10 seconds left as we wrap up the second period. Morency down 4-2. This at the 132-pound bout for 5th place.
Looks like Cochran got poked in the eye, but the official didn't see it, so he didn't call it. Reset him with just 8 seconds left. Cochran better just try something.
Getting ready to start the third period. Sarabia of Whitmer chooses down.
And that'd be the end of it. Cochran loses. A little chippy at the end there, which is okay. They're just wrestling.
You could stay on that.
But good sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship would be ideal here.
Serbia
Officials
gets
get in there, stop it up.
3. Right now, Morency down 5-2. About 1:40 left in the match. It's really not been able to get in on a takedown, so he's going to have to really try something different here.
5-3-3. We're going to go over to mat 4, 5-3-3. Cottrell from Princeton. And Mellon from Wadsworth. All right, so we got Cottrell and Princeton.
About 1:16 left in the third period. Morency down 5-2 to Sarabia from Whitmer.
Cottrell a 40-3 record coming into the tournament. Wrestling now to get onto the podium.
Ooh, a nice carry by Morency, trying to get the takedown here. Almost had it, and almost had it, taking Sarabia straight to his back was the intent there. But right now, he's struggling to get the 2-point takedown. He's struggling to get control right now. Stalemate called. Both wrestlers back up on their feet.
Wrestlers just kind of feeling each other out on mat 4, 0-0 with 22 seconds left to go in the first period. Princeton definitely working to control the hands. He's made a couple of shots, a good deep double leg there, and he gets 2.
Back on mat 3, Morency again, blood time, although his nose is pretty much covered. There's a little bit of blood leaking.
Cottrell's opponent immediately works for the reversal. Time expires, no points scored. They're talking about loss of control, possibly one will be awarded. Both officials conferring. Ultimately, it's the guy with the whistle, it's his choice. So when they have a disagreement, it's up to the guy with the whistle, the official with the whistle, to make the decision. A little clarity for the coach over on mat 4. Again, it's 2-0. Princeton in command. Cottrell's got a little bandage on his shoulder. I'm not sure if it's a cut or if it's some sort of a wrap of some sort to maintain compression. Cottrell goes down at the beginning of the second period.
Back on mat number 3, wrestling resumes. About 40 seconds left. Morency in need of a takedown.
Cottrell pops up to his feet quickly with some hand control. Over on mat 4, he's like a springboard over there, Jerry. Gets his 1 point, walks casually back to the center of the mat, while his opponent is well off the mat, so we're going to start back in the middle. 3-0, Princeton.
Morency in on a takedown, looking to drag his opponent back in, but they go out, no takedown.
Oof. Did he get 2 there, Jerry?
He did not. Would you have called 2 in that situation?
It looked like his feet finished in, but they, we're not out there, and I'm watching mat 4 mostly, but it looked like his feet finished in, but he could have stepped out earlier.
Well, right now, Morency is in deep trouble. He just got taken down himself. Looks like that match is going to end 7-2.
Out of bounds. They go back to their feet over on mat 4.
Oh, there's going to be more. There's near fall points
The
here.
other name.
The final score 9-2. Serbia of Whitmer.
1 minute to go in the
Morency.
second period. Again, Princeton up 3-0. That'd be a takedown and an escape. A little short arm drag for Princeton. And Whitmer wins over on mat 3, 9-2, taking down. So you see a nice double leg by Princeton there, a little crotch lift. by his opponent to roll him out of bounds. Let's also split screen with mat 1 if we can here in the next few minutes or seconds. 5-7-8, about 5-7-8. I'm going to keep focusing currently on 4. Try and Lee, who is that on, what school we have on mat 1?
So mat 4, again, Cottrell of Princeton going for the 5th place finish versus Mellon of Wadsworth. Cottrell currently up 3-0 in the second period, about 5 seconds left in the second period.
Over on mat 1, I'll just say green and red for now. We're getting the name worked out. The girls are working in the center.
That ends the second period.
So we got Jones over there on mat 1. Jones is from New Richmond. And is that Reinhardt? Reinhardt, yeah, that's Reinhardt from Rossford. Ross. She's 30-7 coming into the tournament.
Cottrell getting hit with a stall call. He was not trying to take the Wadsworth wrestler back to the mat once the Wadsworth wrestler stood up. So warrants a warning for stalling.
Over here on 1, the girls match at the 110 weight class. 0-0 going into the third period. We've got Ross.
Cottrell of Princeton chose an optional start, and he kicks a man out and gives him the 1-point escape. So 3-1 right now in favor of Cottrell of Princeton.
Ross chooses down and gets to her feet immediately, but is immediately taken back to the mat and almost exposes or temporarily exposes her back. She's got a little roll there, gets away. She needs to completely separate. Now her opponent needs to come off that ankle, work her way up. Oof, that's illegal. So Ross inadvertently with a figure 4 to the head. It's going to cost her a point.
Cottrell Princeton still up 3-1 with about a minute left in the third period. Both wrestlers are neutral on their feet.
Reinhardt looked like she was about to get out. Got wrapped up by Jones. And Jones took her back down and she locked her head up with, Reinhardt locked her head up with a figure 4 to the head, which is illegal by application.
About 40 seconds left in the match. Cottrell Princeton still up 3-1. Right now battling off a head outside shot by the Wadsworth wrestler.
Jones riding Reinhardt tough out on the edge. A good spot to ride. You get in a little trouble, you can always just ditch it.
30 seconds left. Cottrell up 3-1 on mat 4.
Ross down by 1 with 40. Her name's Reinhardt, I'm sorry. Down by 1 with 30 seconds left to go in the second period. She's down by the 1, which is a penalty point. That's potentially dangerous there. Back bow, inadvertently. She wasn't running a back bow, but a little rough on the spine there.
Cottrell of Princeton got hit for stalling, so that brings the Wadsworth wrestler within 1 point. Currently 3-2. Cottrell is winning as time expires. The coach of the Wadsworth wrestler, battling for a takedown call, which was not called. It was not a takedown. It was not control. And your winner at 138 for the fifth place finish on the podium, Cottrell of Princeton.
Just mat 1. No, just mat 1.
Jones still riding Reinhardt in the end of the second period with about 15 seconds left. Again, the score is 0-1. Jones exposing Reinhardt's back. Just temporarily, there's 1 count, and 2, there's going to be some points awarded here. It's going to be at least probably 4-0 going into the third period. The official signals 3 points near fall.
Well, that was a nice display of flexibility, I will say that.
A clean 3. So I'll tell you one thing these women do bring to the sport of wrestling is flexibility. It's a tall order to spin them over. You need to, their flexibility up top is difficult to read. Jones starts on her feet. A little pushback, and Reinhardt's on her heels.
You only want to be on mat 1.
So Reinhardt gets taken down here by Jones. Not quite yet, but Jones is definitely in a good spot. Going to lower it, and there's 2 points. Jones immediately throws the cross, or excuse me, an armbar in with the far side. Looks like she's working on the far side half. With a minute 22 to go, 7-0. A little stoppage for potentially dangerous. So I think you're right, Jerry. The 30-minute rule has kind of shuffled the deck as they come out, so we're kind of lost.
It's
on
crazy.
Yeah, they're just filtering out
it is crazy
ad nauseum, but that's all right. We're keeping pretty good track of it. Our spotter's doing a great job.
We do have a new spotter.
One's already quit.
Yeah.
Rick left,
frustrated,
threw his hands up and left.
Left the house.
7-0 over there on mat 1. Match 5-7-8. Ross.
Check out this little guy.
Reinhardt for Ross is wrestling.
Little guy.
Where? Oh, yeah. I've been watching the entire tournament. He's quick. Jones riding Reinhardt without any daylight. So that's a stalling call. That needs to be stopped. You always, when you call someone for stalling, you stop on top.
That's correct. You know, I've seen some of the rules in the women's division where, you know, like locking hands was not called.
Oh, you're talking about some things you haven't seen, yeah?
Well, things that, what I've seen in terms of a little bit of a difference, seem like a little bit more leeway.
Well, if you have, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I can tell you these officials are told, and to my knowledge, do the best they can to enforce the rules equally, girl or boy.
Mat 3 is going to have Springboro.
And that's the end. Jones wins 8-0. Reinhardt walks away, looking forward to next season. But a fine podium finish.
Yeah, Harrison girl on 1.
Coming up on 1, we've got Harrison wrestling. Megan Briggs. What weight class are you in? 586. Yeah. Okay, we got Briggs wrestling.
And what weight class is this?
This is the girls. The girls 120 for 3rd and 4th. So now we're into the 3rd and 4th. So we're going to see.
And Harrison Briggs. No time.
Yeah, Briggs jumps right on her with a quick takedown and a cradle.
Right to that cradle.
I'm not sure why the bottom girl hasn't let go and dropped out, bellied out, and tried to recompose herself, but she's just giving her Briggs the opportunity to pull that leg over and pull. Well, that's going to be that's going to be trouble. Yeah, if she gets that other leg behind that.
Yeah, you need to.
I think we're looking at. We're going to get 3 here, and she's still holding on to that leg, which really does nothing. She's got no advantage there. She needs to reset, try to break the cradle.
Now she's in serious trouble. Once Briggs gets behind that leg and walks up to her head.
I think that's going to be the end, Jerry. Yep.
Ball game.
There we go.
There we go. 3 seconds left on the bout. Nice pin.
That's going to be some good points for Harrison. Harrison is in 2nd place for the first time in 3 years. 2nd place. Only by a few points, so these pins mean something. These 3rd and 4th advancement points, the wrestlebacks are how you win a state tournament.
What team is in 1st place in the girls division?
Well, let me take a look here. I forget. I just know Harrison.
Oh, Olentangy Orange.
Where do you see that, buddy?
Right there on the main screen.
Gotcha. All right. So it looks like 17. I'm sorry. It looks like 14 points separate them. Eaton, another local team, is in 11th, which is a nice showing.
Right now, I don't see any local wrestlers. Are we covering a particular bout there, spotter rule?
We're on mat 3, actually. 5-6-4. Mat 3 looks like it's Springboro. And that's Springboro's coach looking for a little explanation on that. That's Aiden Weimer from Springboro. He's 39-4 coming into the tournament. And he's wrestling Mount Vernon. That's I think it's Alex Taylor, a sophomore. Weimer, a junior for Springboro. Taylor was 49-1 coming in. He was a district champion, as was Aiden from Springboro. Aiden out of Kettering Fairmont.
But not yet. They got.
And they've the officials conferred and they've removed the points. So looks like the question that the Springboro coach was inquiring about was legitimate.
You don't see that a lot.
You don't, but you know what? There's two guys out there. They want to get it right, and that's 1 point escape
For Mount Vernon.
1 point escape. Springboro down by 1. No, you don't see a lot of officials turn things over, predominantly because you mostly see officials, just one on the mat. When you see a duel, there's usually just one. And the official calls it as he sees it, but when he has a second guy out there to kind of bounce something off, or the second guy sees something from a different side, it's legitimate. They have to trust each other. Aiden squaring off. Single leg taken in there. Aiden fighting off, trying to square up, get his leg back onto the mat. They're on the edge. He might be able to take advantage of that. That's going to be 1. No, they're off the mat. There's only 1 point in.
Alex Taylor of Mount Vernon.
Looks like a little blood time coming.
Third place finisher last year at 2:15. Comes in the tournament. He's only a sophomore with a 49-1 record. So his loss in the tournament coming to Will Atkins of Archbishop Mohler in a hotly contended overtime bout.
Put it in your mouth.
Fixing my headgear here so that people can hear me.
A little blood time running. They stopped the blood time. It's just cleaned up now. So, you know, two district champions battling it out from different districts. One out of the southeast. From Kettering Fairmont, that's Springboro. Over on mat 4, looks like we've got LaSalle coming up. Coleraine coming up on mat 4. That'd be Kostoff. Who's a junior, 37-5 coming into the tournament.
Illyria.
He was first place at Kettering Fairmont. He's wrestling Connor Holm from Illyria, a senior. So we got third, mat 3 and mat 4 going at the same time.
Warning green stalling. So right now that warning went against Springboro. Mount Vernon looking to secure the takedown. Again, this is on mat number 3.
Over on 4, no scoring. They're both wrestlers backing out, running off the mat.
Oh, technical violation. Fleeing the mat. Although the Springboro wrestler appeared to be trying to hit a Granby, and it appeared to me he had nowhere to go but out. Just got called for fleeing the mat, so he's now down 2-0 with about 10 seconds left in the second period.
Kostoff still trying to take advantage over on his feet. Working out of that headlock, the end of the first period. We're going into the second period, 0-0. Kostoff looks like takes down, and Connor Holm from Illyria is going to take up. Wrestlers start the second period, 0-0, tied up. Over 3, we got Springboro takes the down position, locks it in. Down by 2 with the third period time running through. Home riding tough. Oh my God, he takes him down hard to the head.
I don't know how many screens.
The official deemed it proper control.
Mat 2. Claremont Northeastern girl.
Come on, Aiden!
Over on mat 2. So we got 3 screens rolling now. Over on mat 2, who do we have? Claremont.
Come on, Aiden!
That's Jessie Fober. Jessie's, I think that's how you say her name, Fobar. 33-4 coming into the tournament. Some 3 good matches rolling. Springboro gets taken down again, making the score 4-1. Slipping over to mat 4. Stalling call on Cole Rain on the bottom. Kostoff has failed to get up yet. He's about to get tilted. Referee swipes one. Once again, there's 2. There's going to be some back points awarded on mat 4. Putting Kostoff down by 2 at least.
Wrestling on mat number 5,
Coming back to mat 3, Springboro down 4-2. Kind of secure here to tie it up. 35 seconds left. And
Rolling
right
back
now,
over to
secure.
mat 2 is Fobar at the end of the second period. 0-0.
1, about 602. Girls Division 140 pounds. Third place match from Centerville.
Springboro down 6-2 on mat 3 with 19 seconds left in the match.
Now we also have joining the group would be Centerville on mat 1, match 602. That's Taylor from Centerville. So we've got all 4 screens busy. We've got Cole Rain, Springboro, Centerville.
Springboro with the escape. Brings it within 6-3. Looks like time is going to run out, and your winner is going to be Mount Vernon over Springboro on mat 3.
Centerville, mat 1, going for 3rd place. She has had a great tournament. You know, her defeat came at the hands of what I think one of the finalists. Slip back over to number 2, mat 2, where nothing's changed. Still 0-0 in the second period. Gotcha. So we got mat 1. We got Centerville 0-0 at the end of the second period.
Right now, Kostoff of Coleraine on mat 4 against Holm of Elyria, and that match is now over. Holm of Elyria victorious 4-0 over Kostoff of Coleraine.
Taylor over there down 1-0. That to be an escape that she gave up to at the beginning of the second period. Willing to work on her feet to try and get the second or her first takedown.
We got the South kid on 4. Well, you can keep it. You can do. You have
Taylor taken down now. It's 3-0. Slipping over to mat 4. LaSalle. Jerry, have you seen him work very often?
Yeah, he's a beast. We're looking at. Let me just pull up my bracket here real quick. That is
Wooldridge.
Wooldridge, yes, Wooldridge of LaSalle.
Right.
And he is currently going for. Lou, do you know what position he's going for on the podium?
Taylor working the escape on mat 1, making the score.
So Colin Wood
3-1. Takedown will tie it up.
Wooldridge.
40 seconds to go in the second period. Taylor needs a takedown to tie it up. Mat 4, LaSalle 0-0. Wooldridge is trying to work his magic over there. Taylor taken down again on mat 1, making the score 5-1.
So LaSalle currently knotted up at 0-0. First period's ending on mat number 4. We'll kick into the second period and see who chooses down. LaSalle chooses down.
Taylor fighting a little bit.
One just pinned.
So Taylor is retired and will take her spot at a number 4 spot on the podium for Centerville Elks up in southern Dayton.
LaSalle trying to get the escape, does not before they go out of bounds.
Mat
Again, we're all
4,
tied up.
LaSalle, yeah, that I've not seen him that I can talk to compete this weekend. So you say he's a beast, I'm going to take your word for it.
He is. Yeah, he's only a sophomore. You know, and at 190 pounds, you know, he's definitely, well, he won sectional, and I believe he finished second at districts. He does get the escape, though, to win, go ahead 1-0.
Top of the second period, 1:30. Yep. Over on just 4. Over on mat 4, like you said, it's 1-0. Wooldridge ahead. Both wrestlers working in the center, trying to create some type of an angle. Potentially dangerous is called. That would be a finger grab, a wrist, hands grabbed.
I thought that was illegal.
In a mercy. It is illegal. They usually give them 1 warning, even though it is illegal.
I was just grabbing as opposed to pulling it back, I guess.
Yeah, so what the ref will probably do if he sees it again, he'll have to call one of the two. It's very difficult to tell who grabs first. And it's left up to the official. You don't want to leave it up to the officials. Nobody likes them.
No. So Woolridge fighting off the takedown attempt. About 35 seconds left in the second period.
Score 1-0. Wooldridge is still ahead, but that's the escape he got at the beginning of the period. Those guys working scoreless on their feet. Seconds to go in the period. It appears that the guys are willing to just kind of let this roll out. It doesn't look like a lot of action's being created.
I think I'm going to go ahead and predict an overtime match already.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say I think this is going to go down to a takedown, and it's going to get scored in the last 30 seconds.
Of regulation?
In regulation. That's where I'm
All right,
saying
we'll see.
We're going to stop here. I believe he's going to get out pretty quickly.
I agree with that.
And I think Wooldridge is going to get on his horse here and make something happen.
There's the escape.
Yep.
Ties it up 1-1.
I think Wooldridge has kind of played in his element on his feet. Now he knows he needs to get to work. And I know LaSalle, those guys, that room keeps you in shape. So I know he'll be ready to turn it on at the end.
So Lou, in your days at LaSalle, did you do any work with Woolridge? Oh, Lou is offline.
Lou's not
at the
turning
moment.
it. He's spotting. If you want to ask me, I didn't do any work with him.
Nor I.
He'd break me in half.
Lou, we've unfortunately had to wrestle him a few times this year.
Little underhook by Wooldridge, and applies a little pressure. His opponent backing up quite a bit. Turns in, avoiding the stall call. Both wrestlers run back to the center.
Got about a minute left. All knotted up 1-1. We'll see if your prediction of a takedown in the last 30 seconds occurs. There was an attempt right there.
Wooldridge squaring his hips up nicely. He's taking it back to the center of the mat.
Jerry, your body double is coming up next on mat 4.
Little head shuck. We're coming up with just 40 seconds left. Wooldridge needs to get going. However, his opponent is
in
deep
trouble
on
right
the
now.
ankle. Yeah, got the ankle elevated. Wooldridge might want to take advantage of the edge of the mat if he can do it without a fleeing
Without
call.
fleeing the mat. And right here, it should be fairly easy to try to slide out without getting hit.
He only needs to cover the knees. He does not need to cover the hips like he normally would. Wooldridge able to square
Nice.
up. Nicely
Squares up.
done. Good
15
action on the
seconds.
edge. Yeah, 15 seconds.
left. I
Yeah,
think it might get
he's going to take him
overtime. I
down
don't
here, Jerry. You just wait.
I hear what you're saying. I'll sure if I'm buying what you're selling, but
I think they're both going to, let's just stall this thing out and get to the first overtime.
right.
So LaSalle, I think it'll, both the athletes appear to be in awesome shape. So I don't know that fatigue is going to be an issue.
All right, here we go, overtime. So first point scored wins in this first period of overtime.
1 minute period for sudden victory. Neither wrestler has scored on their feet. Both have established a single leg. Nice single leg low single in on Wooldridge. Wooldridge comes back the front headlock and able to work his hips away.
Trying to spin behind, block the head, block the arm.
Little throw by, and he's gonna get his two here. He's got him on his back. No points awarded. His leg is caught up on the shoulder of his opponent. Wooldridge clamps through the crotch.
I thought he had it, but
working for a stalemate. Yeah, it did look good. I didn't see that hip or that leg underneath. This is a vulnerable position. He needs time to run out here.
Doesn't need time to run out. He went from a position of advantage. Now he's in a precarious situation.
I think if he puts him on his back, which he has not yet, so no score.
Time is out.
If he would have exposed him and or lift the hips a little higher, I think he'd have gotten his two, but no dice.
Why don't you go ahead and explain the next overtime sequence here?
So overtime starts with a 1 minute sudden victory, which just expired, no points. We now go to two 30-second periods, regardless of scoring. 2 more periods will be wrestled. They flip a coin, just like they do in the regulation, to choose who gets to pick.
Woolworth's choosing down for his 30 seconds here. See if he can get an escape at least.
Trying to get some hand control once he gets to his feet. He's working on Peterson.
Kind of got stuck on the Granby there, but he is trying to get that Peterson. He's got to be careful he doesn't go to his back here.
Doesn't want to expose his back, but he's rolling that Peterson over. He's exposing, gets his two.
And he's getting near fall here.
This is a good thing. Now they're going to keep wrestling. They're going to keep wrestling. It's going to go 5-0 into the next period. So if he can finish them, which he cannot, 30 seconds remaining in this match if he can control it.
So Woolridge up now, 6-1. The next 30 seconds, you're going to have his opponent choosing down. Now he's again down by 5 points. Woolridge just hit a 5-point move. He's going to try to hit a 5-point move himself to stay in this match.
So what do you think? Would you let him up?
That's a good question.
Neither athletes scored on their feet.
Yeah, I definitely. And he seems to be a bit dangerous on bottom here. With that roll, he could have caught him.
A little stalemate and or a stall. I would call that a stall. He did not work up.
I might be tempted to do an optional start here and let him go.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you. Now, the only downside is you can give up a reversal and hang on for 20 seconds. You cannot give up a throw.
That's correct. He's got to keep his head in good position.
I might be willing to kind of hang on.
Staying on floor with Sternberg.
I might be willing to hang on. Here's going to run this clock down. It looks like we're going to have a winner for LaSalle. He lets him go.
Next match.
Yep. And that's going to finish it up. LaSalle's going to take their place on the podium. Those points are important for LaSalle, who's fighting for second and between second and third place. St. Ed's has a dominating lead coming into these final rounds. Dominating 60 points maybe.
Waycross coverage of OHSAA Wrestling. Made possible by SWOCA, the Southwest Ohio Wrestling Coaches Association. Klein Residential. Jeff Burkhoff's Old Coaches Association. Dr. Stephen Daly of UC Health. Kent Smith of State Farm. Mark Floan, Cold Spring La Roses. And Steve Burke of Operation Giveback.
Coming up on mat 4, we have Mohler. Mohler again started the round in 5th place. I'm not sure where they are now. We'll do a little score check, team score check here shortly.
So his opponent is Reese of Wadsworth. So Sternberg of Mohler in the gray singlet. Reese of Wadsworth. Is it Reese? Now I'm questioning myself.
Sternberg looks solid on his feet.
My spotter, I believe, fed me some misinformation here, spotter.
Jerry's asking who's Mohler wrestling.
Jerry's bodyguard. From Lancaster.
It's not.
From Lancaster. He's from Lancaster. Mohler and Lancaster.
Oh, Lancaster. Okay. So just had it confirmed. The wrestler from Lancaster is who's battling Sternberg of Mohler.
Sternberg with an aggressive push out. This could get chippy here. And a little headbutting going on. The officials awarding an unsportsmanlike against green, or excuse me, against red. He's signaling 1 green. That's for the headbutts. Now, I'll tell you what, this is a common thing. Where one guy, Mohler pushed him out aggressively. That could have been construed as unsportsmanlike. The official did not get in. He did not get in and calm him down. He just restarted him. And the second guy gets hit. He retaliates and gets hit.
It's like what you see a lot in football, right?
Yeah.
You missed the first act of aggression, and
we didn't miss it, Jerry. They should have calmed those guys down. Maybe made them shake hands again. Not that calms. A little push there by Mohler again.
There, yeah.
It's going to start probably getting a little busy here.
Definitely got to keep their cool out there.
Lancaster in on an elevated single.
Hopefully we'll see a toss here of some sort.
Mohler. Sternberg happy to get out of that period without a penalty point.
Sternberg defers, and Lancaster choosing down. Lancaster down by 1 point to the Mohler wrestler. So he's got to get up and out or get a reversal.
Lancaster hops up onto his all fours, tries to get to his feet. Mohler uses his weight to push him in and control him back down to the mat. His Lancaster opponent pops up to a singer, and he's going to need to take him down or get a stall call here. I don't know which. That's out of bounds.
I don't know about you, Kyle, but I was a little bit disappointed when they capped out the heavyweight weight class. It used to be unlimited, and then they capped it out at 285.
You know, I'm not disappointed. I think 285 is a good number. You get the football players, the big boys. 1 point escape for Lancaster.
5 seconds.
With a minute 30 to go, it's 1-1. Mohler scoring first.
Shawger's coming up.
We're gonna pull up screen on the screen mat 3 as well.
Shawger, Jerry.
Mat 3, up next is Kane Shawger from St. Xavier, going for 3rd place. He's going to be going up against Campbell of Walsh Jesuit. So Campbell of Walsh Jesuit at the 132-pound weight class going for 3rd against Kane Shawger of St. Xavier.
Still 1-1 over on mat 4 in the heavyweights. So I don't know if you saw that, Jerry. You're looking away, but Lancaster looked up at the official because he did not like something that Mohler was doing, and that Mohler took that as an opportunity to take a quick shot.
Looks like it's still knotted up at 1-1.
Yep.
A minute left. Back on mat 3, Shawger and the Walsh wrestler currently just trying to size each other
Lancaster
up.
in on a deep single leg, was able to knock his balance off, and Mohler's down now 3-1. That was a deep single. The Lancaster kid is now working an arm bar, puts the arm on the back. He has to keep that arm on the back in order to maintain legal. This is trouble.
Kane Shawger working a 2-on-1. St. X coaches rallying for a stall call as it appeared the Walsh wrestler went out of bounds purposefully.
Still 3-1 over on mat 4 with 24 seconds left to go in the second period. Mohler is down, Lancaster on top. Mohler comes to his feet, gets his hips out, and works to get his escape. No change though. Mat 3 is going into the second period, knotted up 0-0 as no one was able to score on their feet.
Kane Shawger of St. X gets his choice, and he chooses down.
Wrestling on mat 7.
Mohler with 12 seconds left, desperately trying to get out. But the Lancaster opponent having nothing of it. With just 1 second to go, and he's not going to get out. So Mohler down by 2 going into the third period over on mat 4.
Campbell of Walsh letting Schauger up. So Schauger of St. X now up 1-0 to start the second period.
Mohler dropped out on injury time. I'm not sure what happened. He just kind of went down to his knee and called injury time. But I will tell you, Mohler could use these points.
Campbell of Walsh in on a shot. Nice shot. Schauger of St. X fighting it off. In on a bit of a crotch pry here. And it looks like he should get the takedown. He does. Schauger getting control. Looking to lock up a cradle here, but
at this point, Campbell needs to belly around and just regroup.
Schauger pretty good at riding on top. He's got a really nice leg series and bar series.
Now you see him in the room some, yeah?
We do, yeah. See him all the time.
Yeah. And there's some back points with that
tilt.
little tilt we talked about earlier today.
It looks like he's out of bounds, but one wrestler is in bounds, so he was able to secure 3 near fall.
Making the score 6-0. Walsh Jesuit is still down. So Campbell needs to pop to his feet first move right off the whistle here. It looks like Schauger, yeah. It looks like Schauger is very quick to
Schauger very good with the legs.
Stop his first motion. Back over to 4 with stop. Mohler down fall. Again. Mohler down again on 4. 3-1.
Schauger with another power half on top.
3-2. Mohler on
get
top.
That fall. He might get it this time. Might get the fall.
Out of bounds. 3-2 over on mat 4 with an out of bounds, and it looks like they're still getting chippy over there. 1:30 to go. Anybody's match over on mat 4. Again, Mohler needs these team points if they're to remain in the top 10. And they're out of bounds with no feet in.
Another 3 points for Schauger makes the score 12-0.
Quickly approaching your technical fall, huh?
I was going to say, Schauger approaching tech fall territory here. 15-point differential. Stops the match.
Mat 4, both wrestlers are on their feet. 3-2 with 1:20 to go. No, there's been 1 takedown.
Mohler down by a point. Needs to get a takedown.
Stalling Red. Now you can see Red's communicating to the official, complaining, if you will. He got pushed out.
Yeah, I think there might have been a little bit of a head-butt contention there.
Boy, they're looks like they want to wrestle on both mats, 2 and 4.
Right. Give him plenty of room.
So Mohler's got to be careful to keep his composure. With 1 minute to go, you don't want to give up any points. Back over to 3 and 4. X up by 12.
Right. Starts third period.
Mohler with an underhook over on mat 4, desperately trying to get him come to the mat. Now Red, Lancaster has been warned.
Schauger in on a shot.
For stalling, so over on 4 he could try and push the pace here and get another stall call, tie it up, or he could work to get the takedown and win it.
I'm not sure why they didn't call that sooner. Looks like there was a lot of potential knee injury
there. Over on 3?
On 3, yep.
Yeah. Mohler, that's some backing up too. You got to keep these guys in the center. They got to keep staying in the center and wrestling. With 20 seconds to go, Mohler has maybe 1 or 2 more shots to take. He's backing up, and Lancaster backing up, playing it safe with 10 seconds to go. And they want to work on 6-2.
Give him 3 mats.
With just 6 seconds to go, I think Lancaster's in a very, very good spot here. He cannot give up a stall though, so he can't just kind of walk around the mat. He's going to need to engage, and he did, and gets the 2.
Schauger should get the takedown here. He gets the 2. Now he's going to get near fall.
Pin him. He's going to pin him.
He goes straight to a.
Now he definitely
the
has
fall
the win,
situation.
Jerry. He's got the win with the tech fall, but
Definitely has that.
they get the ability to score team points with a pin.
And he takes the tech fall. There we go. Final score 17-0.
Mohler takes their place on the podium, unfortunately not winning their last match.
Kane Schauger of St. X, your 132-pound third-place finisher.
That's awesome.
He was the only freshman in his weight class.
Oh, wow.
Harrison, Brock.
Even more impressive. Harrison's coming up here.
Yep, right on 3. Stay on 3.
Brock, I believe it. Brock? Yeah. All right, mat 3, we have Harrison. Match 596. Brock.
And he's going against Pettit of Nordonia, Macedonia, for third place. Again, that's on mat 3.
Brock was 41-3 coming into the season. He got second district at the Kettering Fairmont District. He's a junior this year, so he's going to have another year coming back.
Brock with the red anklet, wearing the pink, green, and black, and white singlet.
I'll just say he's got the red anklet.
There you go. Pettit of Nordonia in the green and white. Nice ankle pick, but out of bounds.
Pettit
No
was a
points.
district champion, for what that's worth, over at Hoover. He's a senior. He coming into this tournament, he only lost twice. He got 45 wins this year. 45, you know, these guys are wrestling 50 matches. I know it's a big deal to get 100, but holy smokes, if you start as a freshman, you should get to 100 pretty quickly. 50 matches is an exhausting, exhausting schedule.
If you think about back in the early years, you know, a lot of matches was 30 for the year.
Yeah, yep.
Now it's double that.
Double that, and they keep adding. This year they added the 6 matches in a tournament as opposed to 5.
Right.
So I guess that's to accommodate larger tournaments.
I just wonder how they decided to move from 45 minutes between your next match down to 30.
You know, 30's, most coaches would agree, is plenty of time, and multiple times we run up against that 45-minute rule, and both athletes are ready to go.
Right, and it slows down the tournament, of course.
Yeah, you know, with paperless tournaments, things move so much quicker. I just think 30 minutes was the right thing to do.
A little bit of blood time here on mat 3 for a break in the action.
I think it'd be nice if if both athletes agreed to wrestle back to back, they could do it. But there's also the recuperatory time so that they don't get hurt by exhaustion.
All right, they're getting back to the center here to get started. 9 seconds taken off the clock in the second period, so it's still tied 0-0.
Harrison tries a quick sit out. Gets to his butt now, trying to get back up to his knees. Works around and one escape.
It's an early 1-point lead over Nordonia. See what we can do in the takedown area here.
There's a staring contest going on. I'm going to give Nordonia a point for staring. Good. The other guy's blinking.
Right, staring contest. Whoever blinks first.
Nordonia in deep on a double leg. Doesn't get points, doesn't get control. Harrison able to square his hips up.
Oh,
but he gets 2
there.
now. Yeah. Yep. Works on the edge. So much action takes place out there.
Harrison down by a point with about a minute, just under a minute to go in the second period.
Little injury time for Nordonia. Looks like his shoulder's kind of hurting. You know, the girls have finished their round, and as we said earlier, the girls only have 1 master division. So we're having enough trouble with our schedule, and they've added 2 more mats to it and just feeding them out there. So if we miss one,
we apologize.
From Cincinnati, it's a shame, but we apologize. You're right. So they get a minute and a half for recovery. unless it's the cervical spine is involved.
Now it's a 2-minute injury time total,
I'm sorry,
correct?
1.5 injury. It's 2 minutes for recovery.
Okay.
This is injury. Recovery time only takes place when there's an illegal move applied, and the person it's applied to will receive a point and then have 2 minutes to recover. If they don't recover, they win the match. Nordonia back on top, tries a quick suck back.
Nice quick sit out by Harrison, but to no avail. He's going to watch it done get cradled there, head to knee.
Keeps his head up, working on his feet, trying to get some hand control. Nordonia drops down to a low single. Harrison is behind, but not in control with that whizzer.
He's looking for a broomstick. Gets his 1-point escape.
Broomstick's illegal, by the way.
Edgewood.
Edgewood?
Not in our wrestling room.
Edgewood on mat. Okay, so over here on mat 1, match 6-1-3. Walker.
Split screen on 1 and 3.
Walker from
Wyatt
Edgewood.
Walker, Edgewood.
Yep, is going to come on out here. And wrestling Reese.
Wyatt Walker, a previous 7th place finisher at state. He actually
Going for
finished
third
7th
this year.
his sophomore year, and then last year went to state and drew the defending champion first round, and then another highly touted returner who lost in the first round, and he went 0-2. So this year looking to avenge that by getting a third.
Right. Olentangy Liberty. Quillen on top 2-0. Walker trying to battle out from underneath on the edge of the mat.
Brock of Harrison tying it up 2-2. Start the third period. Brock on top. It'd be hard not to give up the escape. Little back trip action. Wrestlers go out of bounds.
Still working the edge of the mat to finish up the first period over on mat 1 with Walker on bottom. And Quinlan from Olentangy Liberty, a senior with a record of 35-8 coming into the tournament, trying to make his mark on the podium at the number 3 spot.
Brock of Harrison riding tough here. It's got what we call a crab ride. It's got a deep half, potentially dangerous.
Where do they get these names, Jerry? Crab ride, high crotch,
You know, it's somebody had an anatomy background and a
blast double.
physiology background.
Blast double's easy. It's 2-0. Now it's 4-0. Olentangy Liberty, Brady Quillen on top. Edgewood back. He's working to get his escape. Walker. He does get his escape. Awarded 1. We're also going to cut over to mat 4-5. Match is finishing up over there on mat 4, so we're going to come over there on mat 4.
Mat 3, Brock of Harrison still riding tough, trying to get a turn, not trying to give up an escape. Minute 22 left.
That's LaSalle over on mat 4. That's Aiden Allen from LaSalle, a senior at 45-7 coming up.
Brock just got warned for stalling, not trying to return the opponent to the mat in a timely manner.
I believe Allen's wrestling Ashland.
These two wrestled.
What's that name?
These two wrestled in the quarters.
These guys wrestle in the quarters as well. So, you know.
Aiden Allen lost on 3 cautions. Overtime.
This is what?
He lost on 3 straight cautions.
That's right. Aiden
These
Allen.
guys wrestled, so this should be a good match over on mat 4, match 581. It's 0-0 with 44 seconds. These guys apparently wrestled in the quarterfinals and lost. One of them lost on a 3 caution, which gives a point to the
In
other
overtime.
opponent. In overtime. Oh my goodness.
Right, so
Oh, my
that
goodness.
technical violation.
Does anybody know who won?
Lining up
Who won?
incorrectly.
Who won it?
Eds.
Ed's won it.
Yep.
So Allen dropped back on 3 cautions, which is just a shame.
3 and 4.
Back on mat 3. We're all knotted up at 2s with a minute left. Brock of Harrison.
Back over here on mat 1. It's 5-10. Edgewood is down. Walker's taking down in the third period to try and get some points. Maybe trying to get an escape.
A little bit of show of power there.
Mat 3's 2-2. I think this is going to go into overtime, Jerry.
Reverse head and arm, actually, is what I would call that.
Second period starting on mat 4. Allen on bottom. And Miller on top. I think it's... No, it's not Miller.
Brock of Harrison doing a great job riding, but he gave up the escape, so now he's got to get the takedown.
That's late in the game for the escape.
40 seconds left. He's going to have to push the pace and hope for a stall call if he can't get in on the takedown.
Harrison needs to pick it up. That again, they're in good shape. Harrison's had a great schedule this year. Had a great team this year. Out of bounds, stalling on red.
They're stalling on red. Is that correct? Should have been stalling on green.
I think it's the hand he held up. Maybe it was green. I thought it was red.
10 seconds left. He's got to push the pace if he's going to have a nice duck under.
No 2 yet. No 2, which doesn't matter. You got to give him credit for going for it.
Right. Yep.
Bumping back over to mat 1. It's 5-10. 1 minute to go, and slide right on over to mat 4.
Your winner at 144 for third place, Pettit of Nordonia over Brock of Harrison.
Allen is up by 1 on mat 4. Tried to score on the edge. He's got a low signal. He's going to have to pull him back in. Looks like he's out of bounds, but he's not. Can't see totally. So now we're concentrating, looks like, on mat 1 and mat 4. Over on 4, Allen trying to get the takedown on the edge, and they're out of bounds.
On mat 1, Walker down by 5 points here in the third period with about 40 seconds left. That seems to be a tall order at this point of the game and this long of a tournament.
Allen with 55 seconds left to go in the second period on mat 4 is trying to go to work. Needs to square his hips up. Kind of does a little straddle splits there. Locks up a wizard to keep the points from coming. And he's just hoping for a stalemate here, I think.
Allen trying to avenge his loss to the same wrestler yesterday in the quarterfinals, where the match ended with a lining up illegal call.
Just
cost
a
him the match.
gutsy move by Allen. He left that wizard and went to the far leg and was quick enough to get there.
Looking for back points here, I would think.
Well,
no?
First off, they're out of bounds, which is right, but
very
boy,
good.
Just 4.
that was like a little pyramid going on over there. 14 seconds left in the second period, Jerry.
Allen up by 1 point. I'm not sure what the argument is by the St. Ed's coach.
Probably trying to get to 2 points. Ed's is their team is dominant. They're going to win this tournament hands down easily.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you send 8 to the finals.
Yeah, it's going to be like a duel for them.
And out of 14 weight classes, they had 13 state qualifiers.
Hats off to them. They've had a dominant, much like Graham, a dominant program for years, just on and on. But again, this year Graham is primed for the upset. Buckeye is hot on their heels. You know, Graham came to the tournament last week. 2 of their wrestlers got injured. 2 hammers, actually, so that might have made a difference here. But Buckeye squarely has them in their sights. And Graham defending their 22 championships in a row.
Maslon Perry in second place, Perrysburg in third. Perrysburg actually came to the tournament with 13 wrestlers also.
Mat 1, match 617 has a Miamisburg guy in it. And they end the first period over there. I don't know if we want to slide over to mat 1 or not.
Hayden Allen currently up 1-0 on mat 4 of LaSalle. As we look to start the second period, St. Edward's choosing down.
1-0.
Actually, a third period.
It is third period, 1-0, and you could imagine a quick escape coming out here. Yep, that was that was fast. Ed's applying a little underhook there, a little pressure, trying to get.
See if he can maybe set that up.
Ed's has been in on that leg quite a bit. Allen quick enough to respond, square his hips up, and get out. Off to the side of the mat and back to the center.
Allen signing to wrestle at Virginia for his college starting next year.
Over on mat 1, I don't know if we're watching it up in Miamisburg, match 617 just pinned in the second period with 30 seconds, or a minute 30 to go.
St. Ed securing the takedown against Aiden Allen of LaSalle. So Aiden now down 3-1. The minute 12 left.
Reading coming up on mat 1 here.
We got Reading coming up on
Yeah.
one.
Well, who is that? Oh, thank you.
Aiden Allen needs an escape or a reversal here to stay in the match.
Murphy for Reading coming up on mat 1 as a senior. Came into the tournament 50-1.
Wow.
Reading generally has a couple guys in the final rounds of this tournament every year.
Yeah, they have a really good program. And a new
Physical.
high school.
They're very physical.
Yeah, absolutely. Aiden Allen gets the escape. Now he's got to get the takedown. He's got 40 seconds left to get the takedown.
Over here on 1, Murphy really just kind of feeling them out for the first period. So on the left side of your screen, we have Murphy, again from Reading, trying to create some action.
Right, and right now we're down to about 20 seconds, and Aiden Allen kind of being tied up by the St. Ed's wrestler. Aiden being down by 1 point, 3-2. He needs to make something happen here. And he tries to throw a lateral throw. He's still in it. Could maybe work around to get the 2 takedown. Let's see if he does. He's got to keep him in bounds. Does not get it. 2. He gets the takedown right as time runs out. We're going to see if they call it good. Right as time runs out, he gets a takedown to win the match. Obviously being contested by St. Edward's. And it is not going to be reversed. Aiden Allen, your miracle finish.
Avenges his loss from the quarters.
Absolutely. By a point.
You know, we knew that would be a good match simply because of how it all finished in the quarters.
Absolutely.
And here we are back on mat 1. We're going to slide back over here with a 0-0. Is that 4?
Reading wrestler on top
Who's
right
coming
now.
up?
It's all tied up. He's on top defending the single leg.
Up next from mat 6.
Coming up on mat 4 now again is Hoon.
Hoon Hoon, LaSalle.
He is wrestling again. Another quarterfinal, quarterfinal rematch.
Double sale to the 2-time champion, Jerry. Right there.
Hoon LaSalle is 39-3 coming in. He's just a junior this year, so looks to be back in that room. He was first at Kettering Fairmont. Nick Blackburn from Mentor. He got second up the Hoover districts. He's a senior coming in here with a 43-5 record entering the state tournament.
So on mat 4 we have Holden Hune with 38 seconds left, trying to work the takedown from LaSalle.
Murphy still working to get points over here on mat 1. 1-0. Murphy establishes a takedown, or excuse me, an escape. Give himself a lead with just a minute 17 left in the second period.
About 10 seconds left. His first period winds up. The Mentor wrestler in on a nice single, but Holden Hune quick to defend here. Let's see if he can fight it off. He's got 5 seconds left. He's got to watch his position here. Got to watch his back. Referee awards 2 takedown. And let's see if he awarded 2 near fall. We're going to say time was out and no near fall awarded. So Holden Hune down 2-0 going into the second period.
Murphy working hard to get into something penetrating to the legs. after he established a 1-point lead in the second period with 37 seconds left. He will most assuredly be on top. So he's looking to score a few more points here, give himself a little bit of cushion. Referee stops the match for potentially dangerous, and they join back into the center.
So again on mat 4, we have Holden Hune of LaSalle going for third place against Blackburn of Mentor. Currently all tied up at 0-0.
Mat 1, Reading is coming down to the last 15 seconds of the period. We'll work into the third period. No real action taking place here, nobody penetrating. They're just kind of jockeying for position and letting time expire as they are both willing to take it into the third period.
Oh, it looks like they went ahead and awarded the takedown at the end for the Mentor wrestler. That's what the whole contention was for the last minute or so.
Did they add it or take it away?
They gave it to him. They added it.
I didn't see it. Was it 2?
I thought time ran out, but nobody asked my opinion.
I did.
So Holden Hune gets an escape, a quick escape. Now he's looking to secure the takedown to stay in this match.
Over here on 1, Reading on top with a minute 50 to go, trying to hold on to that 1-point lead. His opponent comes around, gets a single. Now a reversal. Is awarded at the edge. Clean. The score now 2-1. Reading on bottom. He'll need to get out and score some points if he wants this to end in regulation.
Holden Hune, very quick wrestler.
Reading gets up to his feet, able to separate and get 1 point now for a 130 finish. Score now 2-2. The first real tie and heavy action we've seen in this match.
A minute left in the second period. Holden Hune down by 1 point of LaSalle. Let's see if he can secure a takedown here right now. Not a lot going on. Referee calls stalemate.
Still 2-2 over here on mat 1 with Reading trying to get onto the podium in the third place position with 1 minute to go. Reading working a 2-on-1. His opponent squaring up and walking off the mat. Back to the center with 54 seconds left.
Mentor in on a shot. LaSalle defending with a crotch pry here. Trying to get the stalemate call, and he gets the stalemate call. Both wrestlers will resume on their feet.
Reading appeared to maybe have an injured finger or something, it looked like, but able to continue. A little activity on some of our other matches, exciting stuff. Crowd involved. 30 seconds to go. Reading, if he wants to score or win this in regulation, needs to get some points here.
All right, second period ends on mat 4 and Holden Hune with the, I believe, Mentor's got the choice, so he chooses neutral. Holden Hune down by a point, losing 2-1. The final 2 minutes to go here in the match. Mentor in on a nice shot. Holden Hune defending with a nice sprawl. He's got an underhook, and he takes him straight, well, almost.
He awarded points there, Jerry, but he didn't.
He did.
There he gave him.
Well, he just gave 2 takedown.
Over here on
like
mat 1. On mat 1, we're going to roll into overtime. 1 minute sudden victory overtime. They don't like sudden death anymore. It's a woke world.
It's a little offensive, right?
I guess. I don't know. Sudden death, sudden victory. It's all sudden.
Right. It's all sudden.
45 seconds left to go in this overtime period on mat 1. Score 2-2. Nobody is yet willing to get in deep. Both wrestlers still slowly working each other on their feet.
Holden Hune trying to get the
Reading in trouble.
Escape here. He gets the escape to tie it up 4-4.
His opponent has a low or mid signal, and there's going to be one. No, he gets close to the out of bounds, and they go out of bounds. That was a great call by the official. No action.
Holden Hune in trouble here. He's got to be careful.
Over on mat 7, it's 4-1. Match 6-1-6. We've got an alter
And we
Archbishop Ultra Kid.
just gave up the takedown. Hohenheim of LaSalle.
I'm going to try and focus here on 2 temporarily with just a few seconds left. They're about to head into the
25 seconds
Ultra.
left.
And there's just 2 seconds left. We're going to go into the 30-30 tiebreaker. So again, as we review this, Jerry, they flip a coin to see who has choice. They're going to wrestle 2 periods to the completion, 30 seconds each. Over there on mat 7, we've got, like I said, Archbishop Ulter. That's Rod Owens, I believe, with a 40-5 record coming in. He's just a sophomore. New program, new coach over there at Ultra, Begley, a well-known name in wrestling, has joined left.
Hohenheim gets the escape. He's within 1 point. There's 9 seconds left.
He
Needs
left
a
Legacy.
takedown.
Now we score 3-2 over on mat 1. A lot going on here, guys.
Needs to get the takedown.
3-2 on mat 1 in the first of 2 30-second periods. Redding is up.
Hohenheim, your 4th place
Ulter is
finisher.
down.
LaSalle.
Owens is down 2-4 over on mat 7 in the 3rd period with 1 minute to go. It looks like they're going to be taken down again. Now it's going to be 6-2 over on mat 7. Sliding back over to mat 1, the second of a 30-30 ultimate tiebreaker with 3-2 on the first 30 seconds. Redding was able to get out. Redding starting on top this period.
See if he can ride.
See if he can
tough
ride
here.
this guy out and end this in the 30-30 tiebreaker period.
Looks pretty good right now in
Yeah.
terms of riding tight.
He's halfway.
Not letting him up.
Now, I don't know. I unfortunately don't know the stall position here. It
Oh,
looks like
there
he's
it
got
is.
one
Just got a
one to
warning.
give, so that's okay. It's just he's got 10 seconds. He wasted 20 seconds. That's just fine. You got it to give.
Just got to come out a little bit more with his hips out front.
10 seconds. I don't know. Maybe I just hang on here. Risk it. I risk that stall call possibly. He's got to return him. That would be an obvious.
Left
And
return.
he is trying to turn him.
Not
So,
lock hands.
and they're out of bounds with just 4 seconds left.
This could be an interesting 4 seconds.
Again, we're in the 30-30 tiebreaker. This would be the, I guess, technically the 5th period. We are in overtime with 4 seconds left. Redding on top, both in score and position. And it looks like Redding's going to win it.
Need a left return. There we go. Nice.
Sliding over to mat 7. Let's check in on Ultra.
3-2 overtime victory for Redding.
Ultra is down by 4 on mat 7 with looks like just a few seconds left. I'll tell you again, back to Begley, who moved from Legacy Christian. He took a skills over there. He's known for rebirthing programs, renewing them and bringing them along. So he did that at Legacy Christian. Now he's taken on the task to bring Ultra on, and Ultra in the top 20. At one point, they were in the top 15. I think they have 5 or 6 kids on the team only. However, they're all quality athletes, so it is definitely a tournament team. Stalling call with just 26 seconds left to go in the 3rd period. He needs to escape, and he needs to get on his horse, maybe hit a quick throw. It appears this round is finishing up with just a couple of matches rolling.
Only a couple matches left, and we'll be on to the break before the finals, at which time we'll return.
Ultra escapes, gets 1 point, going for the throw. And I had to tell you, he looks like he's got enough juice to do it.
That's fake, dude. What's wrong with this kid? No way, dude. That was fake. That was so fake.
That's recovery time on mat 3. I don't know if we're watching. Ultra is finished. We're going to finish that match 3-6. Ultra's going to get 4th in the state. Not bad for a program that is definitely on the rise. If we're going to finish up here, we'd like to slide over to
Mat 3?
you know what? Mat 3 is fine. We could split screen mat 3, mat 6. Mat 6, it's 2-3. I don't know who's wrestling, but I'm a fan of competitive wrestling, so 2 to 3.
I'm not sure, so the fans obviously don't like a call. Did you happen to see what happened?
I didn't see what happened, but I did see recovery time.
The kid barely lifted him out of bounds.
And they're calling a flop of some sorts. I didn't see it, so I can't say it.
Watching a soccer game.
The official thought it was a.
This kid plays soccer.
The officials seemed to think it was a penalty, so he started recovery time and gave the other kid a point.
That was so fake.
Back over to Matt. I don't know if we're split screen on 6 or not,
Watch, he's gonna do something else. He's gonna do some other.
but if we are, if we could move over to 6, we can see the end of that match with 50 seconds left. Green gets a takedown and straight to the back. So Jerry, as we finish up, what do you think? Any surprises that you saw here?
You know, probably the biggest surprise was trying to figure out what was going on what mat, by what division. And yeah, it was a bit crazy, a little hectic on our part, so I apologize to the viewers for that. But again, this was a new environment here in terms of how this is set up. And we appreciate everybody joining in.
Well, let's see if before we sign off, I'm going to take a quick look and see if the team scores are that we can see. St. Ed's is up. Springboro's 11th. I'm looking for Coleraine 22nd.
Harrison 24th. So,
24th,
and
all right.
thanks again for joining us. Again, this is Jerry Tischler,
And Kyle
Lou
Grillo.
Caraher, Kyle Grillo, and Rick Pearson, absentee right at the moment, but saying thank you for joining, and we hope to see you in the finals.
Waycross coverage of OHSAA Wrestling. Made possible by SWOCA, the Southwest Ohio Wrestling Coaches Association. Klein Residential. Jeff Burkhoff's Old Coaches Association. Dr. Stephen Daly of UC Health. Kent Smith of State Farm. Mark Floan, Cold Spring La Roses. And Steve Burke of Operation Giveback.